To know where you're going, you must know where you've been. Every mile marks a moment in history.
If you can see us, if you heard us, kindly come and pick up your gift.
Trying to understand what really makes the top technology companies who have offices in India such a fantastic talent magnet, right? So what we did on that basis is created a pretty detailed report, trying to understand what really makes the top technology companies who have offices in India such a fantastic talent magnet, right? So what we did on that basis is created a pretty detailed report. We have QR code up there on the screen, through which you can actually download the entire report, and that's strongly
helping them build the great culture that these organizations have, right? All right, so let's take a deep dive into talent acquisition first. An organization being known,
and of course the opportunity to. There are some great hiring practices which are put in place. So we had the Indeed session just before this. So practices like that to ensure that the talent has a seamless experience when coming to join your organization is going to be very critical. The leaders very clearly own the process. So who comes in is something which is very clearly an involved process of decision making. It may be at times elongated, but they focus on ensuring that the right talent comes in. And a focus on reducing bias, an immense focus on trying to reduce bias, right? Getting in various opinions, making sure that your resumes are screened out of maybe gender, are some of the common practices that you see around to ensure a reduction in bias here. Key things again, employees are empowered to learn synchronously as well as synchronously. So what that means is you have a programmatic learning journeys that you would anyways be offering to employees, but at the same point in time, learning and development is strongly democratized by making employees have, or letting employees have the choice of what do they want to learn, right? So we've seen practices like having employees have a budget of as big as maybe, let's say, 5,000 USD every year for them to decide which learning programs do they get into, right? Apart from, of course, having programmatic learning programs. And a very clear 80-20 sort of model is something which is followed. Having a very clear talent development COEs are some of the common trends that we've seen across this big tech organization. Is something which is very, very strong. And of course, your rewards practice is something which is strongly driven by the technology that's there. And these tech solutions have been adopted widely by the process seems something which is energizing and not a mundane activity, right? So that's something which is unique. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you've liked what we've talked about so far, the QR codes are up there. Please feel free to go ahead and download it. I'm leaving it there for maybe a couple of more seconds. My name is Nishit Upadhyay. I head advisory for SHRMI.
And to moderate this session, I would like to invite James. Over to you, James.
Am I audible? Oh, that's more than. We have some amazing industry stalwarts to my left and right. I don't think any of them need any introduction. Thanks for the brief intro that was provided to you. So we'll dive in. I'm in panels with industry leaders like Saurabh, Raja, Amit, and Richard. It's never easy to moderate the equity, equality debate. So maybe we'll start with Raja in looking at how do we define equity and fairness in the workplace, and what is it that we can contextualize in this 30-odd minutes to make this conversation as enriching for all of us as possible.
So that's a very, very big advantage. I'd like to start off with a story on fairness. Sometime in early or mid-60s, there was a big experiment which was done. Two monkeys were in two different cages right next to each other. And, I don't know why when we talk about human behavior, we always go back to monkeys. So we got it to the cucumber. We were very happy, monkey was very happy. The second one did the same thing. and was rewarded a grape. The second time around, the first monkey again put the stone and came back to the person